used to work in a shop.
Yeah.
And you were in a leather, and you were risking your life.
Yeah. So basically, that was the gift shop that I was working at, and anything I do in life, even at a young age, I like to perfect it.
Yeah.
I don't like to do something half-assed. I like to make sure that I do the best I possibly can. And I realized, like, you know, if I'm there for 8 hours, I might as well make the best of it. I might as well do something that hasn't been done before. And I realized that, you know, changing the displays and making a vibe and fixing things and replacing things and moving things and seeing the customer's behavior to purchasing. First of all, I will learn, because that's what I was there to learn, not just to make money.
True.
I was there to learn, save money, get experience, and do my own business.
Yeah.
So, and I knew I was only going to work for a temporary time. I knew I was only going to work for like 6 months or a year or something, work hard and make the money and then open the business. So I started experimenting, and I was on a ladder because the shop that I was working at was a gift shop that had double height ceilings. So I was changing the display, and the owner's wife walked in. I didn't know who she was. And the owner's wife walked in and she says to me, excuse me. And I looked down and she's like, please come down safely. I came down and she was like, who are you? I was like, Ebraheem. She was like, how old are you? I'm like, 16. And she's like, how long have you been working here? I'm like, a few months. She said, come to the office. So I'm like, oh shit, what did I do?
What did I do wrong?
And I just felt like I was in school again, you know, like back in middle school. And she said, where have you been working in the shop? I said, I worked in luggage. The luggage sales has increased by 20% in the shop because of me taking the empty luggage and filling them. So that way the customer, because we're in Orlando, it's all tourists. So the tourists would see the bag full and they realize that, okay, that bag is so big, I can fit everything in it. It's only $40, I'll buy it. But before when I came, it was just, the employees would because they're just getting their salary, they don't care.
True.
And they're going to be stuck in that job forever. So they just don't care. They just
You're
throw it
always
and
taking
leave.
the extra.
And for me, I need to learn because I'm there for a learning period. So I need to know if I fill that, am I going to be able to sell it? You know, first for me, second for the company, they're going to make money. So she was like, sales has increased. And when we investigated, we realized, we asked the manager said that, you know, she has focused more on that department, which she hasn't. She didn't want to give the credit to me because I was 16 years old and she wanted the credit for herself. But subhanAllah, God works in mysterious ways. It was just that day that she saw me doing it that she realized that it wasn't the manager. Because she said the manager's been here for 10 years. Nothing has right now.
Yeah.
So she went to the shop to figure out why. And when she saw me, that's when she told me. So she's like, what about if you take those? She's like, what if you work in all the locations? Because they had like 20 shops or 25 shops. Can't remember. There's some of them they sold, whatever. And I said, so what do you mean? She's like, basically you work in corporate office and you report to me, the owner's wife, and you do the same thing you did in this shop in other shops. I told her, so how am I going to get to shop by shop? She's like, by your car. I was like, so you have to pay for my car? She looked at me, she's like,
16? Are you sure?
I was like, plus, I need more money. She's like, why? I was like, because I'm driving from place to place. You're giving me more responsibility. You guys are making money from this. You have to give me money.
Negotiation.
She said, how much you want? I think at that time, my salary was like $8.50 an hour. I'm like, $16. I know she's going to, you know. She laughed and she was like, okay, I'll give you 12. I said 14. So it was back and forth.
Yeah.
So that worked, and I was so happy because I was working with them. She's also the buyer.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start to learn how to buy products.
True.
So she taught me that in Los Angeles is where they have the wholesale market, which I didn't know before 16.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't. You can't Google those things back then. You know, those information wasn't in chat.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, this is, you know, subhanAllah, I had the intention of doing something good and look what it led to.
True.
So that was that.